Hi everybody, Jim here. I haven't been around for some time and I wanted to, not that I need to report and talk about my attendance. I know all of us are so busy and there's thousands of videos on, actually we'll go to millions of videos on YouTube. But I wanted to share this because I'm very excited. Earlier this year, in fact, I think in January 2026, I talked about to some of my subscribers that I am working on an app and I have been studying programming quite intensely. And I say that in a generous term, but it's been a labor of love. And I wanted to share some things. I'm really excited about this. One of my backgrounds is percussion. And I have fought with many notation softwares for a long time in regards to basic keystrokes. I even caught myself earlier this year using a MIDI keyboard, bringing it with me when I go to work so I can get the bass and snare drum sound. Because I do a lot of work on the computer and doing all the mouse stuff. It's not fun. What am I getting at here? I'm building an app and I wanted to share some of the drum stuff I've done. So for me to create something, I press P for pencil. And then when you see that, you can see on the screen, we're just going to share a little drum set stuff. I am going to go to beat 1 and maybe only a few of us nerds will appreciate this. But if you go to a lot of apps, a keystroke for bass drum should be easy. And yes, we can modify them, but that means every time you open up a new app, you have to do that. I've decided to put, check it out, B for bass drum. I know, might not seem like a big deal, but I've been around for over 35 years doing this kind of stuff. It's a big deal because a lot of times it's not that easy. If you're a Finale user, you know what I'm talking about. It gets better. S for snare drum. All right, let's say I want a cross stick. I just put an X. We hear that. I'm very excited. You excited? Oh, it's the little things, isn't it? H for hi-hat. And we will do the hi-hat with the stick. This has all been under the hood programming. I know surface level, this seems really easy. But for Jim, I had to use big brain. Now, I'll save actually the cool thing for the very end. We want to do high toms. The first one's T. And then to go to a medium tom, we just go right to the right of T, which is Y. Floor tom is U. So if you think of the keyboard, it's T, Y, U. So that's in order. I think that's pretty cool. Guess what C is, everybody? Crash cymbal. Not in a lot of apps. It could be something else, but there's crash. Ride cymbal. All right. Guess you got it. R. And it's only for the drum track or percussion. So if I use other keystrokes, I can go ahead and not worry about this. Oh, the big surprise, Alt H for open hi-hat. And if I did it right, I didn't test this out yet, but when you spend hours, Alt H, not only are you going to get an open hi-hat sound, but you're going to get the cymbal right away. Check it out. All right, because I touched the mouse pad, I went to the beginning of the screen. So I'll just give you a lot of love here. All right, so for those who program, it can be very intense. More on this later. I am also going to talk about voicing with drumming next time, and I'm going to do like a chord stacking idea. I'm going to have an arranger tool, and we're not going to have to worry about voices. Now that I said that, the challenge is on, right? But if you're interested in this, just say something in the comments like, I'd like to follow you, because then I can maybe send you something through my Google Drive and just stay connected because YouTube pushes out videos sometimes, but sometimes you never hear from us again. All right, that's all for now. Take care. Bye-bye. Funny enough, I'm studying programming, so I'm hoping this recorded well. We'll find out.